Hey guys, this is Tim with Invisible Pain. Since 2020, Joe Biden has opened up the borders. He's flooded our country with millions and millions of illegal immigrants at the rate of how much tax he can charge each and every one of us and pay their way, these illegal immigrants, when they come over here. When you got family members that doesn't have insurance, that have lost their jobs, that are losing their jobs, that have lost health care, but lo and behold, the immigrants have all. Now, today he walked up to his podium with a backdrop that said Joe Biden securing the border. Joe Biden told us exactly what he was going to do in 2020. He said he was going to right the wrong what Trump done to the border. And as soon as he went into office on day one, he signed all of legislation out that Trump had put into power and opened the border with illegal immigrants, with people that come here to do harm to our country. And today he wants to stand up there making like he's the savior. He's going to turn his cheek because his agenda is to get back in the White House. He can stop it for a few months, and then once he gets reelected for his last 4 years, he can do whatever damage that he wants to do, and he will open the borders back up. Even now, with his closed borders, millions of people are still going to come in. That's what's signed in the law. Go read it. So, what should we do? Should we turn our cheek and turn our minds off to when it comes to police officers getting killed, women and children being raped, robbed, beat, all while some people that comes over here, they didn't have our interest. They don't have their even to come over here. Some do. Some wants to come over here and make a better life for themselves. But even with that, they need to do it the right way. There's a lot of people that's come in our country the right way. There's nothing wrong with people trying to better themselves. But when people try to come over here illegally, and there's people, the people that's came over here are living better lives than, let's say, your grandparents. The grandparents that's living at home on a Social Security check, they don't have food. They either buy groceries or pay a light bill. They either buy groceries or pay for gas in their car. They can't. They have to live from check to check. All while the immigrants come over here, they get free housing. They get a free monthly check. They get food stamps. They get health care. And for what? Did they earn it? So it showed a cop the other day that pulled over some illegal immigrants, and they knew that was illegal, and they was trying to call the border security agents to come up there and try to find out what's going on. But the border security agents are so overwhelmed that they couldn't come check these people. That the sheriff in Texas said, "This is what blew my mind." It was a lady. She said, "Well, I can't go against their rights, so I have to let them go." What rights? They don't have rights. They're not legal. Send them back to where they come from. So what should we do that Biden has took this stance on the border? Well, we know it's short lived. We know what his total plan is, that they're having him put into works because, believe it or not, Joe Biden isn't making decisions for none of us. There's people behind closed doors that's doing it for him. So what should we do as Americans? Even one thing you can do is vote his ass out. He doesn't deserve your vote. He has come against. He tried to tell everybody when he was going to be elected that he was going to reunite the country. He has divided this country to the point, and all the junk that they keep saying about Trump and about MAGA and about all of Trump voters, he has demoralized them. He's trying to push them back in the corner, and it's like, it's to me, it's kind of like He's trying to say so much and to pour so much fuel on the fire to keep on poking and keep on poking the bear, to keep on poking the bear till something breaks out into a civil war. That's what he wants. He wants a war within our country so he can jump up on mainstream TV and say, "Oh, I told you so. I told you what Trump was going to do." They've come against everything that is normal in our worlds. A normal mother and father that raised their children. Now they want to come up and say that it's okay if somebody else teaches a child how to, if they're a girl, how to become a man, if they're a man, how to become a girl. You don't have to tell your parents about it. You can go to school and read X-rated books. You don't have to tell your parents about it. Um, you can put men in women's sports. It's okay to kill babies. Um, it's okay to go out and steal from all these businesses and shut it down, shut companies and big business down in every country and watch them run out the door. While somebody said, well, those people are hungry. That man right there stealing all that stuff, that man's hungry. And the people, the reporter that they was talking about this, and the senators, the Democratic senators said, "Oh yes, they're just hungry people." When you go in a store and you're stealing armfuls of Nike shoes and Columbia book bags or Columbia jackets, you're not stealing them because you're hungry. You're stealing them because you're a damn thief and because you're too damn sorry to work. But that's what the Biden administration wants. They want you dependent upon the government. That way, if something ever really happens that is so big that you can't imagine what's to come in this world. But just say there is a war that breaks out in this country, and all the lifelines that the government's through is not there anymore. And then you're sitting at home and you're starving to death, and all of a sudden the government says, "Okay, you come up here and let us give you this. We're going to feed you. We're going to take care of you. Let's keep the poor poor and the rich richer." Almost 90-year-old man wants to run for 4 more years in office. Why? How many more millions? How many more millions does it take, Joe? How many more millions does it take for you to go down and lay down at night and say enough's enough? How many more people has to die just because you say it's right? How much more division can you take, Joe? How many more flags can you see burnt to make you and Kamala feel good about yourself? And if it's not Joe, let's look at Kamala. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if she was running our country? We'd be in a war within 6 months. Other countries look at us right now and they think we have a feeble fool running our country. I don't care what people say. I don't care. People come over here and they come on this YouTube page and they say things, say mean stuff to me, whatever. Say what you want. Say what you will. I don't care. Because when it comes down to it, the Democratic Party has destroyed our country in 4 years. And all these damn politicians on the Democratic side, the only reason they're fighting as hard as they can right now because people is padding their damn pockets. They don't live on the same table that we live on. They don't walk in the same house that we have to walk into. They don't pay the same power bills that we do. The governments, they've got ways around paying everything. They're getting funneled money from left and right on your back. How much more as Americans can you stand? Can you stand waking up one day and a damn immigrant coming through and killing everybody in your family? All while Joe Biden says they deserve to be here. Stand up and tell him to kiss your ass and vote Trump.